I bought something stupid. Hey guys, what's up? I bought myself something stupid. I gotta open it. I bought myself something stupid. Hello. I hope this looks good. Is it a second Wii U? No, I almost did buy myself a modded Dreamcast though. How did you see that, Zed? How do you know, Zeddy? I literally almost bought a modded Dreamcast. That's hilarious. I just don't need that. But I was tempted. You were memeing? Literally, that was what I thought about buying yesterday on Etsy. Oh shit, this looks great. Wow. Hang on, I'll show the class. It's a figure. It's a figure. Oh my god, this may be like one of the cleanest things I've bought. Wow, look how good. Oh my god. Look how good War Greymon looks. Holy shit. Oh my god, this is amazing. Whoa, look at the detail. Oh my god. Wow, that looks good. I did not expect. Look at his tush. Wow, I did not expect War Greymon to come out this good. Holy shit. Oh wait, is this Metal Greymon? I can't fucking remember anymore. No, it's War Greymon. Which one is this? How do I not remember this? No, this is War Greymon. Now I just need to see if it'll actually stand, though. Uh-oh. Nope. I found a hidden flaw. It doesn't stay up. No, it's not my first figure, no. Does it stay up? It doesn't stay up. It doesn't stay up. You gotta be shitting me. I gotta clean this corner up so bad. Yeah, he looks okay there. Yeah, he's certainly one of the coolest looking, yes. I still think the Digivolution with, the Digivolution of, Angemon. Was it Angemon and Vmon? No, wait, no. What's the... Angemon? It's, oh, Magna Angemon. Magna Angemon is probably my favorite evolution. Is that from season 2 of the... Digimon Adventure. Patamon Ultimate Form. This is the one with Gatomon, isn't it? I think so. Patamon digivolves to Magna Angemon to face Machine Dramon, but only manages to free Garudamon and Zudamon alone, is it? Which one was it? But I can't remember when Magna Angemon happens. Spoilers. Fair. I can't remember when that happens, though. All right. Let's, anyway, enough of that. I'm in a real Digimon phase right now, again. let's pop in. So we've got not too much to do. Patamon Warp Digivolves to Seraphimon. Patamon Digivolve to Seraphimon. We actually don't have a lot to do today. Nice to see Zeddy and Zeddy back. We have Maple Leaf is in here. Xenomorph Hugger. What a great name. Hey, Akagi. We're going to have a fairly short stream today, so I think afterwards I may very well start Hollow Knight today. So let's just dive in and see where we land, shall we? Hey, Don, how are you? Akagi. Gatomon Digivolve to Angewomon. Womanmon. I think, is it Angewom? How was my day? Well, my day's still going. My day's been good so far, though. I just cried a lot watching Violet Evergarden, which you can check out at patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. I mean, ugly cried. Like not even like a little cry. I'm talking like ugly fucking cried. So that was fun. And depressing. So that sucked. No, it was the OVA and it was episode 5. Both of those made me ugly cry hard. I did not see episode 10 yet. Yeah, no. Monday we had Edge Runners. Oh man, Lucy in Guilty Gear Strive. Holy hell, she's fun. What a fun character. Okay, let's dive in because I will actually start up Hollow Knight today. I did try Patapon. It's a little bit too micromanagey for me. Atomic Hearts is not remix music. Let's check out Fear and Hunger 2 Termina Monologue with the Moon. Hold on. Boop. This is my first submission. Yay. Olsoidzo. This is my first submission. This is a song from one of my favorite turn-based RPGs, a cosmic horror set in an Eastern European city during the 1940s. Will the Violet Evergarden reaction be uploaded to YouTube? Absolutely, yes. Eventually. That's all good, Snowy. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's check it out. Fear and Hunger 2. This is your favorite? Isn't Fear and Hunger 2 like super messed up? Last I can remember, it was super messed up. Right down here. I haven't heard any of it, actually. I'm doing well. Thanks, Somnium. All right, let's dive in. Good morning, Gabe. Hey, Dynasty. Interesting. So the song is called Monologue with the Moon, and what we're getting here is this constant drone. I think it's interesting because In reality, I don't feel that this track is particularly noteworthy so far. I mean, I think it has like the electric guitar, has momentum, all that other typical stuff, which is, obviously important. But the things that I'm noticing are the drone, which I find really interesting because the drone represents sort of like psychosis. There's a sort of like spinning, looping, like almost like locked in a mentality that we can't unshake. I think that's something that's also, based on the imagery that I'm seeing, of course, this being the imagery, there is this sort of dynamic at play of tension and what I know of Fear and Hunger. So there's this sort of like constant mulling over something or thinking about something. It's very grimy. Yeah, absolutely. So it has this feeling in it of a real discomfort, and the electric guitar in here is a nice touch as well because it showcases a little bit of like, not violence per se, but a little bit of unrest, which permeates this thing. See. Yeah, there's a real oppressive feeling in it that kind of pervades the whole time. This feeling of really like pressing or attention, or I think it'd be really easy to tune out and say that the piece is sort of uninteresting, and I wouldn't necessarily discredit you if you felt that way. I think it's obviously extremely repetitive, and I think that's because of like the constant motion that we get with the electric guitar and some of the little accented things that we do. Ba da po pia da ti pia ti ta pia da ti. That thing is just a constant, and that loop of being locked in place or not being able to move is very, very in that sound, which is really interesting. It's kind of oppressive, kind of tense. Yeah. Still interesting to listen to, though. When Wuchang OST reaction? Probably never. I wasn't that interested in Wuchang. I actually thought it was a pretty bad game, but everybody seemed to like it. I found it incredibly difficult to play, but maybe that's just me. Skill issue, I guess. But I like fundamentally the actual movement itself felt really bad to me. I don't know why. But I wouldn't expect any Wuchang. Neo 2. Maybe in a Souls video. If I do like a Souls-like video, I could throw one in there, but it's not high on the priority list when it comes to like breakdowns or anything like that. Neo 2, Imagawa Yoshimoto. This theme isn't actually exclusive to Yoshimoto in game, but this is the track's official name. All right, cool. Let's check it out. Oops. Wait, can you guys even hear this, by the way? Is that showing? Is that clear for you? Is it loud enough? Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry. There was a really interesting thing that happened here. As we go up in the scale, I thought that was really cool because it actually showcases tension and it showcases intensity, and also it showcases like sort of pulling the sword out of the scabbard, climbing upward like that through the scale. Is actually not something that we hear super often, but I felt like it was a really great use of like rising tensions. Right in here, actually. Check this out. And the chant, obviously, is cool. Hello. And it kind of coalesces. See, there you have the opposite. Bum, 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 bum. So you have this two opposing forces. So obviously it's a conflict music, but it's really cool how we get the orchestral use of like sort of tension by one part going up, the other part going down. And then obviously we get this florid string thing. Yes, this is currently live. What's good? And then you got like some tension there, body yada, yada, with the way that the strings are kind of going. This is all like classical use of like creating horror. Sonic CD is definitely on my to-do list at some point soon. Deadlock update? No, I haven't actually. Dum dum dum, shum dum dum. That's cool. Dum dum dum. Listen to the way the horns take over there. That's nice. Dum dum dum. Ah, and then the doubling with the strings. How lovely. I actually love that. I wish that was filled out a little bit more. A little bit of chant in the background. And see, then it kind of has the percussion underneath is moving us. And then we reset. Dum dum dum, shum dum dum. Yada. Dum dum dum, shum. I love the classic East meets West sound there. Really nice. You had some lovely chant. You had obviously some of the flute work had that Japanese sound to it. I really loved when the French horns and the strings kind of bounce off each other with that motif. Really unique sound. Really unique soundscape there. Not unique in the sense of like this is something that we've heard a million times, but unique in like the melodic writing. One of the things that's really cool to me about music is that it doesn't really matter how much time goes by, we're still able to create something new every time. But I love that da di da da di da 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 ya da 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 da. Like it still creates that feeling of like, can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You know what I mean? It's really fun. Yeah, I've listened to some Danganronpa. Inasu. What's this? Oh, Inasu. Sorry, Inasu. Yes, Silver and Blood, Moon and the Myth. New Gothic gacha game. Oh, really? Vampires, werewolves, a church of questionable morals, the usual, but there is a big importance placed on identity in the vampires' pursuit of their home on the far side of the moon. Hey, Rebecca. There's not much I can do about that right now, so I wouldn't even. Unfortunately, today is specifically for this. I'm sorry that Patreon is banned in your country. That sucks, but yeah, it wouldn't be. It would be better to not spam it. Is my Patreon free? No. Sadly not. Oh wow, Yasunori Nishiki. That's cool. Okay, interesting. Yasunori Nishiki doing gacha games. That's awesome. Obviously, we get the organ with the chant. Octopath composer. Yo, what's up? Wow. I like how she repeats herself twice, and I think what's amazing about this is that that's a minute in, right? So we repeat ourselves twice, and the second time is a little bit more emphasis. You never want a repetition to sound the same, and I think it's really cool how the music underneath the instrumentals sort of boost and elevate that while she repeats the phrase twice, right? And it feels very much, even though it's got this like Latin quality to it. I don't know if it's actually in Latin. That whole thing there is a real expressive outcry of an internal reflection on something, and then wanting to release it and melodically too. As we go higher in the scale, we end up getting this real. It's a real like emotional, deep. I really admire that music very much. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, oh my gosh. Wow, that's really pretty. Get a little toccata and G a little bit there too. That's really nice. Very simple chords there that we also sort of heard earlier that were accompanying the vocals. So just really, really, really impressive stuff. It's very majestic, very introspective, while also, you know, releasing just this real, like, just this really, I think there's a real powerful sound in that of, I guess, unfortunate consequences and not being able to change circumstances at all. And so you're kind of locked in this cycle. And what it means to like be in that space of like wanting and longing to release yourself, but being unable to do so. But then like this push of in the middle section, we kind of get a lot of momentum and a volume increase, and we sort of fuel that, but we can't really get there. It's so interesting. Really pretty, really pretty, really pretty. I like that piece a lot. Tren from Media Molecules Dreams. I largely picked this due to the pun, Lucky Shunts. Okay, all right. It still has that Gran Turismo track. Hold on. Yeah, I see it. Provided to YouTube by Sony Classical. Oh, POTK, I'm sorry. I mean, Sony Music. I'm gonna have to skip. I gotta skip POTK. I'm sorry. Juan, I also need to skip League because every song every song that every single one of my League videos has recently been claimed by Virgin Music because they've recently shifted over to a new Riot's shifted over to a new label. So just I'll have to skip both of you and just add two, including for next month, just add 2 extra. Okay. All right. They're not getting struck, they're getting claimed. And that's because of Virgin Music they've recently made an error. Let's listen to the Return to Monkey Island theme. This is the title track to Monkey Island, a series of pirate adventure games set in comical version of the Caribbean. Yeah, of course. The story follows the wannabe pirate Guybrush Threepwood on his adventures to become a legendary pirate. This is the most recent rendition of the theme song from the most recent game in the franchise. The very first game was The Secret of Monkey Island, which released in 1990. Yeah. And the most recent is The Return to Monkey Island, which released in 2022. Correct. It's excellent, isn't it? It's just like, it's exactly what it needs to be. I don't think it's anything particularly wild, right? But it's just such a fun ba ba da da ba da ba ba ba. Like it's just very nice. It's just like a lovely little theme. You know what I mean? I mean, it just was fun. I enjoyed that very much. I wish that there was more to say. I really like the sort of percussive marimba sound. Well, not marimba, but the very percussive, kind of xylophone quality to that. I love the pace of it. I enjoyed how it started, amped up into it. I felt that the piece was. I also love the little melody there. Bam ba dee da dee dum bam ba ba. It's very Pirate's Life for me kind of thing. It's perfect. Yeah, really, I enjoyed that immensely. You heard that played by an orchestra once? That's awesome. Let me just read those guys. Okay. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Ymir. One of the few times I have just sat in a main menu. Tainted Grail is a tabletop RPG that got a video game adaptation. Think Arthurian legend with a dash of Diablo aesthetic, lots of body horror and bloody rituals, and plays like Skyrim down to leveling skills through actions. I wish I liked this a little bit more, but I'm always tempted to kind of retry it. I tried the intro and I couldn't get past the intro for whatever reason. I don't know if I was just rushing it too fast or not, but before there was. Oh yeah. Hey, Rubelite. What's up, Vicky? That's excellent. I mean, it seems like that's just from an album that they put out that isn't related to uh, Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. But what I would say is I really loved how visceral that felt. I also really loved how the vocals were really raw, kind of unnatural, very, very, very gruff. I also really appreciated how it felt very like grunge or twisted in a way. It's very I think sharp, and I think like it, because it's a main menu theme too. Like when you boot up and you hear that for the first time, it kind of makes you feel like, whoa, what is going on here? There's a certain quality about it that's not very polished that I think just works unbelievably well. I also find that the sound, what I would have liked is for it to expand on itself a little bit, kind of go towards a climax or towards a peak. And it wanted to, but it didn't really deliver that. Not that it said it was going to, but I kind of wish that it kind of built and built and built and then settled back in. So it kind of just stayed. It moved up like a notch, but it didn't go all the way into this real like emphasis or kind of, I don't know, it just didn't build into itself as much as I would have liked. That said, I found that it was really evocative and really intense, and I thought it was just very human and very raw, and I really liked that. Fallout 2, My Chrysalis Highwayman. Fallout 1 and 2 are a masterclass in atmospheric background music. The song plays every time you decide to cruise the wasteland in your Chrysalis Highwayman car. I should maybe play these someday. Oh, wow. Short and sweet, minute long track. I mean, it definitely gives you the sense of being in a space, traveling with the wind in your hair, kind of like, I'm picturing a convertible with it's kind of dark and it's not exactly a bright sunny day that this music plays in. It's got this real that excellent vibe of traveling towards something in a broken down, dilapidated, sort of disfigured landscape that is it's really excellent. It's also like such a vibe piece that you could literally do anything else to and it would work. And I think that's why it also works really well, is that you don't need it you don't need it to be front and center, which is really beautiful. Really excellent piece. I like that piece a lot. World Destruction, Time's Arm. This is first submission. Hi, Imbroglio. This is a beautiful main theme of quite obscure Nintendo DS RPG composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. Oh, really? Imbroglio means to trick. Imbrogliare. Am I winning? I think so. World Destruction, Time's Arm. Let's check it out. What? This is from the DS? Wow, that's excellent. Jesus. No, that's criminally short. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful piece. Holy hell. So much about that piece is about love and about like a perseverance and about the heart connecting with itself and wanting, especially with the piano and the fluidness of the timpani, and there's this beautiful with the percussion, and then just the boys choir with the harmony there is just so excellent. Really, really just like tugs at the heartstrings of trying to, find one's place in the world. And it's just exceptional. What a beautiful piece of music. That was really, really exceptional. Really glorious. I'm so pleased I heard that. Crazy that this is from an obscure Nintendo DS RPG. I doubt that was what was playing on the DS, but I suppose it's possible. That's the World Destruction Premium soundtrack. Wow, really, 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 really exemplary stuff. We're going to have to skip Destiny 2. I know this is made by Brandon, who's a great guy, Brendan. I'm really frustrated by Sony Classical here. Grim, let's find another track for you. So just add you, Juan, and POTK. Please just add 2 tracks to next month. I'm so sorry about this. Juan, Red is, while you're here, why don't you put up a new track, because League is being claimed by Virgin right now. Not that League players are virgins, but it's possible. The music group is claiming everything from League of Legends, so if you wouldn't mind just changing that up for me so we can get to a piece of yours. I'm really frustrated by that. They've claimed literally every single piece of League content I've made. It's very annoying. Yeah, of course you can change it now. You're here. Just go ahead and change that. That sucks. Spirit Temple from The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. To be fair, apparently it's a mistake, but just for the sake of not having that happen, because God forbid, a mistake can easily turn into an accidental a strike, and God forbid. This is your favorite temple in Ocarina of Time? This temple, which sits in the Colossus Desert, has many Hindu references, and this track uses a few Middle Eastern instruments that make it feel authentic. All right, let's take a listen. Spirit Temple. Yeah, this is a great little theme, and I think part of the reason why it's really just incredible to listen to is the implicit. So you have religiosity within it, I think, and the other thing that I think is really apparent is the way that the whatever this instrument is sort of trying to emulate, some sort of flute or whatever, and the way that it dips in through all the different dissonances and through the different chromatic notes as it goes down and up, and it tilts and it kind of meanders, this very snake-like quality, is the implicit danger within the temple. So the temple is this place of sacredness, but it's also got this inherent danger throughout it because you can't really pin it down, and because of those ebbs and flows that kind of coexist within that piece. So I think overall, it's really interesting and really disarming and kind of scary and uncomfortable, but also you really look at it with the sense of reverence and the sense of tension in it, even though it's not tension within a rhythmic fashion. It's really really exceptional. I really like that piece. It makes me want to play Legend of Zelda. Scarlet Nexus. Okay, first phase of the final boss. The second will be next month if it's okay. Of course it will be. The decisive battle of the Ring of Time. Let's check it out. I've actually been wanting to play this someday. Oh wait, why? Oh, hold on. Yeah, the ticking time clock there is pretty cool. Obviously, it's a pretty, pared back track. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that track is super sexy on its own, but one of the things I would say about that I found really fun is the fact that it's clapping and sort of this moment of looking something in the face and saying okay, this is our chance. Are we going to be able to survive this and move through it? And I appreciate the tension. It's looping the opening, not the full song. Okay. I got it. Hold on, I'll take care of it. Oh, there we go. Why did someone just take the first 10 seconds of that and loop it? What the fuck? Okay. Hey, Jet. Oh, listen to this really nice melody popping through. It's interesting. There's almost this like rewinding quality in it, which is kind of fun. There's this like rewinding quality in it. There's this feeling of like going backwards, going forwards, a bit of push and pull. I think really the part that's most appealing is that piano section. It's nice. I mean, it's really well done. A little forgettable. I'm curious to hear what the second part will sound like. Yeah, because it's just a little bit like. Just a little boring, but I do really appreciate the little piano melody that we hear in the back half of this, and then the rewind noises and stuff. It's kind of surreal being in the chat for the second time as someone's been following since the Warframe era. Man, that was like 2 years ago already. Hard to believe, right? Yeah, thank you, Juan. Sorry about the mix-up too. Thank you for being flexible. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well over in Japan. I would assume you're still there. Always good to see your face ? Let's check out and as far as Atomic Heart, I probably wouldn't check it out on my own time, but if it was something that yeah, I know you did, don't worry about it, as something that yeah, I probably wouldn't do Atomic Heart in my own time, but yeah. It's definitely, I'm not opposed to listening to it though, of course. I do like Mick Gordon, so maybe if I do a Mick Gordon discography video. Arknight's Vulpes Foglia, Bloodstained Oath. Let's check this out. So this is Vulpes Foglia's theme from Il Portatore dei Veluti event, Suzerain's mother's song in an intrigue-ridden song sung in Italian. Oh, really? With twinges of Japanese instruments to signify her race in place of birth. At least that's my opinion. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Let's check it out. Sung in Italian, huh? Jeffrey Day is great. There's that Portatore dei Veluti main theme there. It's definitely like sort of mysterious quality to it. I like the slow pace of it. Quadruple quotes Italian. I like the opera singing in the background. Nice, that's pretty. Ah! What an interesting mix. Almost right. Yo, they said yo instead of io. Yo. Beautiful stuff though. I really love the mezzo soprano in the background there. Such a unique soundscape. The Japanese mixed in with, like, you know, he would never go mio. So it mixes Italian mafia sound with Japanese coda strings. Yeah, that's really excellent. The muffle into the... Excellent. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I thought that was really lovely. Again, I mean, Arknights, I mean, it's hard, you know. You could give me anything from Arknights and I'll almost assuredly like it. I found the balancing act of there was really powerful. And I found that it was almost like a battle of ideals or a battle of identities. And I thought that was really, really evocative. I liked that a lot. Her Italian was pretty good. I liked it. I'm assuming she was Italian. Just there was something mio. That was called Blood-Stained Oath from Arknights. 2 HP Unlosing Ranger versus Dark Death Evil Man. What? ZHP OST 42 Étrangers theme. Étranger theme. This theme is for Étranger. Étranger, I guess, from the game Zetai Hero Project, or ZHP, on Losing Ranger versus what? Okay. I have no idea what that is. This is like a deep cut, isn't it?
の実力よ。ラスボスだろうが私にかかれば。ちょっと何よ、まだチャレンジするの？なんだ、まだ諦めないんだ。
Okay, I definitely am not crazy about that, and by that I mean I don't like that at all. But one of the things that I really found that it worked really well for is the fact that essentially the main character, the character gets hit by a car on their way to fight the evildoer. And then the main character gets their soul imbued in their body, and then goes off, and that's how the game kind of starts. And I feel like this little theme is very quirky, very playful, obviously, and very funny. Do I think it's enjoyable to listen to? Not for me, no, not especially, but I do think that it's charming in the way that it kind of, the spoken language mixed in with, it's very, very reminiscent of the 90s anime sound, which J-pop, I guess, which it's fine. Yeah, it's charming. It's definitely not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. How am I? I'm good. How are you? My health is fine, I think. The Guided Fate Paradox, Destiny, one of my favorite battle themes, where the main cast guide Fio, fate, metaphorically and physically in her soul. Huh? The Guided Fate Paradox. Okay. Oh, cool. So elegant. Some weird pitch issues there. Could just be like dissonance. Bye, Juan. Hey, Sartisha, no, I haven't heard it yet. It's interesting. So I'm perplexed by this because it feels like incohesive. it's not to say I actually like what it's trying to go for, and I like the intensity of it. However, there are some significant pitch issues in this, like significant pitch issues, and I don't know why that is. Also, like, I don't know, that's very interesting. I mean, it's like I feel the tension, I feel the stress in it, I feel like the intensity of like the messaging of it, but it kind of literally falls flat, and I don't know why that is. But interesting piece though, interesting piece. Oregon Trail director's cut. Everyone I love is dead. Okay, cool. I see that they titled it wrong. That's fine. What? What? Oregon Trail director's cut. No, I know it's Oregon Trail. I know it's actually Oregon Trail. It's a spoof on Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail. This came out in 2013. And then the slow fade away. Yeah, honestly, I mean, it feels very on the nose. At first, I was like, "Oh God, what are we getting into here?" But then, as things progressed, I actually found that it was a really heartfelt piece about, the title "Everyone I Love Is Dead," and what it feels like to lose people. But also, I think in general, what this really speaks to is a bigger conversation around, 8-bit, 16-bit, really 8-bit music in this case. I think, how do we take what we, something very old, the traditional basics of what make game music, and elevate it.
I don't know what kind of sorcery you've put on me, but I've been binge watching your stuff for the last 4 days. It even stays on when I go to sleep.
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that very much. Hopefully you've seen good stuff that you like. That's great. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, but I think it speaks to the larger conversation of like, how relevant can this music still be? And now, granted, this is now 12 years ago, and not that matters, but it's fascinating how we can repurpose beeps and boops and turn them into really thought-provoking pieces of music with modern sensibilities, while emulating a traditional sound that we would consider, the golden days of video game music, or the golden age of video game music, at least at its inception, right? And I find that conversation very interesting, because interestingly and oddly enough, video game music has kind of done a 180, where this is technically retro game music, and yet we are actually retro when we think about music on the whole, because we go back typically to this classical time period, which is even more retro. And I find that the classical stuff holds up in some ways to me better than the beeps and boops, because even though the beeps and boops are squarely what most people would consider like the purest version of video game sound and video game music, the classical stuff is something that we're so used to hearing in our like world lexicon that somehow it's more legitimate for folks to listen to. And I don't really know where I stand on this, because I'm not really the biggest fan of beeps and boops. Some of them, obviously, not all of them. But it's interesting how you ask a non-gamer, and a non-gamer is going to tell you that the beeps and boops are actually the purest version of gaming, whereas everything else is trying to emulate too hard something else, and it kind of loses itself in the sauce because there are other things that do it better in terms of non-gamers in the classical world. And I find that just all very, 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 very interesting. So it's fascinating. Love your stuff. It's all been good. Great. Your Elden Ring, Dark Souls stuff. Oh yeah, that's a lot of that on the channel. Now you're listening to everything else. That's terrific. Hey, Mazaruki, what's up? That's awesome. That's how I get you. You come for one thing and then suddenly you're listening to shit you never thought you would have listened to, including me. Half the shit I listen to, we have over 2,000 tracks in here that I probably would have never touched. But here we are. And I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. Oh, thank you, dude. A song I've been dying to get someone to react to, but no one has. Rocket Surgeon from No More Heroes. It's got such an intensity to it, but the sounds and instruments are so powerful. It really is a great final boss track for a fight that has so much lore and meaning behind it. Rocket Surgeon. Okay, here we go. I've heard this. Have I? I feel like it's gonna loop, but I do like when it clears up. Ah, it really isn't staying the same. Okay. I wish it did more. It kind of just, I mean, there are moments where it glimmers of like movement and momentum, and I really like this dun 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 super basic kind of movement there that I really would have liked to have a fleshed out a bit in a bigger way. You know, I think the reason why you're probably not seeing anybody react to that, unfortunately, is because there's only so much to say about it. I mean, obviously there's this, it's weird. It's very contemplative, and it feels very like you're again, and when we have repetition like this, the most default thing that one can say is that there's a spin cycle that occurs in that sound, and in that you end up don't mind that. You end up getting this sort of momentum that's never ceasing. And in a way it becomes entrancing. In a way it becomes meditative. In a way it becomes reflective. And, and that's the sort of, I guess, the depth that comes in there. But overall it feels a bit kind of, not surface level, but it doesn't out of context, which is unfortunately what we have in this moment. It doesn't quite hit the way that it would in context, if that makes sense. So that's the problem there. I would love to do a Limbus Company, but there's simply no way because of the copyright situation with Millie. So unfortunately, we can't really do that. Aliens Fireteam Elite is definitely is interesting. So first of all, thanks Xenomorph Hugger, very on brand. Hive into the Hive. This is actually Austin Winnery, which is great. This is the main theme from Aliens Fireteam Elite. I think that the Alien Fireteam Elite soundtrack is one of the best of the Aliens franchise, and I haven't seen anyone else talk about it, so I'm politely requesting you do. Well, you know, no worries at all. Let's take a listen. I'm pretty sure this is Austin. Yeah, Austin. So this showcases the sort of the flexibility with which Austin can write. Austin's such an amazing composer. His sort of the Sea soundtrack was really delightful. We just listen to that. Hey, Legionary. I think so. Maybe not. Right. Yeah, I beat it yesterday, or 2 days ago. It was really excellent. Lots of doubling here, which is really evocative, I think. A lot of woodwinds. Bita. Bito. And this is less about like, I mean, there is a bit of cosmic horror in the sound, but because it's done with like a pure orchestral ideation in it, I think what we end up getting is this really like evocative piece that sort of like is more about mystery rather than fear, and rather than, you know, yes, there is some tension, but it's most about what's lurking in the shadows versus what's directly in front of us. A new Mechanicus 2 trailer came out. Is Guillaume David working on the second one? I can't wait to hear that. And let's check out Monsoon from Axiom Verge 2. A nice soothing song from one of the game's area themes. Cool. Oh, wow. You get the sound. Hey, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's awesome. It's so cool. Wow. Really interesting stuff here. This is so unique. Wow, that was excellent. That's excellent. You know why? It's because it takes something unique and common and merges them together and creates this sort of pseudo. There's another game that does this, the Rogue Prince of Persia, which the Ubisoft Music just released the soundtrack today on YouTube and probably on Spotify. I think its composer is Asadi. Just so good, so interesting, and so diverse and so different than what we're used to, while keeping us within certain areas of soundscapes that we know and understand. It's really cool, and really gorgeous. I really dug that. I felt it was really unique and brought a flavor that we're really not used to, I guess. So that's going to do it for us. I'm actually going to start up Hollow Knight in a couple minutes here. Next and tomorrow and Sunday and Monday, until I beat it. Next week, we will not have a Patreon live stream where we'll be playing Metal Gear Solid Delta. The next 2 weeks have suddenly become very truncated now that Silksong is coming out in September, early September. So I will see all of you in September, my birthday month. Thanks for hanging out as always and supporting and being on the live stream, and of course supporting the Patreon. If you'd like to join the Patreon, check it out for yourselves. That's patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. But also just thanks for hanging out. Don't worry about being able to support or anything like that. Hey, John, what's up, buddy? I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, feel free to come and hang out after this for the Hollow Knight playthrough that starts right now. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye.